Daniel, and I'll spell the last name, Queirolo. Okay, sir, you have an out-of-state hold for a felony. It's a no bond hold for contempt of court. Counselor, what say you?
Judge, this was we've done the legwork, and this was an error. This was a warrant that was issued in error. Everybody from Colorado to Dade County acknowledged that it was a warrant in error.
So are you asking for a $1 bond,
Yes,
sir?
Judge, that's accurate.
$1 bond. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Good
you,
luck
Judge.
to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna go back to extraditions.
Yes, Judge.
We're waiting for someone to physically come to extradition court. Their name is Viola Shepherd. She's coming on the bus. If she comes there by accident, let me know immediately. Just step up to the podium, we'll see you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Judge thank you, Kim Teresa Malika. You're here today in first appearance magistrate court. Today, you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything's being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You also have a right to an attorney. We have Mr. Romero at the main jail and Mr. Reedy to my right in the courtroom. We have Assistant State Attorney Eric Linder. We're going to call a case out of turn. Samuel Lee from this morning. It's an MO case.
Yes, he's over in the main jail.
Did you speak to Mr. Lee?
I did, Judge. He's on page 4 of this afternoon's docket, just for the record.
Oh, they did change it? Okay.
Yes.
All right, good morning, or good afternoon, Mr. Lee. You have possession of paraphernalia, withholding court costs.
Judge, he wants to accept that.
$78. How does he want to plead?
He pleads no contest.
All right, withhold court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. You're done with this case except for paying this $78. Woohoo. All right, who do we have for the Spanish interpreter? Want to make an announcement? Come on up. Sure, bring it here. Thank you.
¿Alguien más necesita la ayuda de la intérprete de español? Por favor, avisar a la persona que está a cargo.
Not here at main, Judge.
You have to date this one, the one that's in, Madam Clerk, the one that's in Spanish. Okay, anybody at North Broward need an interpreter?
No, ma'am, we're good, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anybody at Conti? Figures, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody at Paul Ryan?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How many people you have at Paul Ryan today?
0, Your Honor.
Okay, just checking.
And only one at Conte, Your Honor.
All right, well, we'll have to give Conti preference. Who do you have?
Oh, do you owe me?
I got Mr. Rozier. Victor Rozier on the second look.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Rozier.
Your Honor, and
Thank you,
now
ma'am.
may be dismissed.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you may. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
It figures you come here for extradition and,
And no, it's.
yeah. That's the way it
Thank you
goes.
anyway.
See
Have
you
a good
later.
afternoon.
Thank you. Are you here for an extradition case, ma'am? No? Okay. All right, Mr. Victor Rozier, you have trespassing, unoccupied structure. This is $1,000 bond. What's going on here? Tell me, State, speak to me. Why is it $1,000 bond?
Because there was a change of charge down file from a burglary of a dwelling. If he
Okay.
wants to resolve it, the case, the offer would be adjudication, time served, no return to. One moment, Judge.
I'll take it.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
All right,
Yes.
your name is Victor Rozier, R-O-Z-I-E-R.
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down. You want to give up all your rights to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
Okay, how do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No con.
And you've had enough of time to speak to your attorney, Mr. Reedy, who's in the courtroom with me today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where's the no return to?
242 Northwest 14th Street in Pompano Beach.
You hear that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree not to go back there?
I agree.
All right, if you go back there, you will be arrested. Adjudication time served, $293 in court costs, 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. All right, so let's call our first case on the docket. Sherry Lawanda Samuel, please.
Responded, Judge.
Thank you. Court finds probable cause. Flavia Duddy.
She's here present, Judge, at Maine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's Jenica Moyes for the. Okay, Flavia Duddy, you have DUI, alcohol or drugs, first offense, $500 bond. Disobey a stop sign, that's just a traffic infraction. State, does she have any priors?
No, Judge.
Okay, ROR, ma'am, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You know, the next court date for Mr. Brown said 2/1 in front of Judge Bailey. You're getting it sooner than that, I'm assuming.
Yes, Judge, in fact, I just got a message back from Mr. Loeffler
Move this over.
stating he was doing some research into his jurisdictional issues, indicated he wanted to pursue a trial. So I sent him a message back saying, "Pursue a trial, he'd be willing to take the case over with and get on with his expedition."
Okay. Thank you for doing that, I appreciate it.
No problem at all. It's up to him to do what he wants to get the court.
Sure. Okay, Latoya Tony,
Bonded.
thank you. Court finds probable cause. Kelly Glass,
Medical reset, John.
North Broward,
She's a medical reset.
thank you, North Broward.
Welcome.
Kiona Daly,
Oh, Brown.
North Broward. Hello, Miss Daly, you have count 7, aggravated fleeing and eluding at a high speed. The court does find probable cause, it's actually a change of charge. Why does it say aggravated? Okay, it does, okay. Aggravated fleeing and eluding a high speed. Count 3 we're not doing. What say you, State, on count, the aggravated fleeing?
Your Honor, her bond was originally set at $2,500. I'm asking that bond be placed back on her. I'm showing she has no bond VOP holds.
That's correct. She does have some no bond VOP holds, Judge. I'd ask for a $1,000 bond.
All right, I'm gonna keep the $2,500 bond. Thank you, ma'am, good luck to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Juanita Ochoa,
North Broward.
North Broward. Good afternoon, Ms. Ochoa. You have a warrant for a violation of pretrial felony. And it actually says possession of PVP, change of charge to possession of substituted cathinones. Court does find probable cause. What say you, State?
Your Honor, I'm asking you to keep the no bond hold that Judge Coleman set in place when she violated pretrial by not showing up.
All right, well, we're here on the change of charge. What say you, Mr. Reedy?
Judge, I'd ask you to put her back on pretrial. Ms. Ochoa indicated to me she did not get notice that she had to report on pretrial release, and that's why she failed to do so.
All right, I'm gonna do a $1,000 bond. Thank you, ma'am. You're going before your judge tomorrow, Judge Coleman, at 9 a.m. Thank you. Sean Merriman,
She's here present at Maine, Judge.
okay? Main jail. Mr. Merriman, you have a touch or strike battery, $1,000 bond. Court is gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials TDS. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement to retrieve your belongings. What say you, defense?
Judge, I'm going to be asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Merriman ROR on the alternative standard pretrial release. I did explain to him, I believe this was with the roommate. I did tell him he's not going to have any sort of contact, so he's not going to be able to reside there. Right now, unfortunately, he's going to try and find a place to live, but he does have a mailing address. It would be of his mother in Fort Lauderdale. He works in a labor pool. He works daily, Judge. He's 41 years old, been here his whole entire life. So that is why we're asking Judge to consider releasing him or on pretrial release, because there's no one that will post his bond.
What is it, 1419 Northeast 57th Place?
Is that your mother's?
That's the mother's address.
That's the mailing address, but He's not gonna be resigning there. That's
Okay,
the
what
word
say
he's
you,
saying.
State?
I
What's
don't
his
have an
priors?
objection. He has priors are dated. I don't have an objection to pretrial in light of the offense.
All right, sir, so I'm gonna put you on standard pretrial supervision pursuant to the agreement between you and the state attorney's office. Report 24 hours of your release. Call in twice a week. Report once a month in person. No reporting after court. No bond required. No contact, direct or indirect. You're allowed to go back there one time. Not twice, not 3 times, one time. Once he answers the door, and you have to bring a law enforcement officer, okay, sir? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Walter Lundy. Walter Lundy.
Lundy, come on up, please.
Main jail?
Yes, he's here. Please approach.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lundy. You have possessed and/or used drug paraphernalia, $100 bond, resisting an officer without violence, no bond required, and riding a bike with no light. Court finds probable cause. Does he want to resolve it?
He does, Judge.
Time served, counts 1 and 2.
Adjudication, time served, 293.
He wishes state's office.
How does he want to plead? Okay, adjudication, time served, each count, court costs 293 on count 1, the drug paraphernalia. 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. Explain to him what happens if he doesn't pay within 6 months, Mr. Romero. What did? I was looking. Okay, there you go, no problem. Brandon Hayes.
Mr. Hayes is approaching. He's here at me. Come on up, sir.
All right, Mr. Hayes, you have resisting an officer obstructing without violence. $100 bond, court does find probable cause. Does he want to resolve?
He wants to resolve the matter, Judge.
1 moment, Judge.
It's a long probable cause affidavit for a misdemeanor.
There's a lot going on here.
Yep, there is.
And I would know, Your Honor, my concern,
All right, I'm not gonna resolve it today, there's really a lot going on in here. Can you pay the $100 bond?
No, I get it.
Okay,
he's out on $4,500 worth of bond from last year for battery on a law enforcement officer and 2 counts of threats to specified individuals.
what kind of car do you own, sir?
No, he doesn't own a vehicle, Judge.
What does he do for a living?
At a call center, Judge.
Where?
Where's the call center at? Miami Beach? Boynton. He works at Boynton Beach at a call center. How much you making out? $10. Judge, he makes about $10 an hour at the call center.
Your Honor, and frankly, keeping the bond at 100, I think would be very, very fair considering the type of charges he's out on and the allegations that he was violent
The names he
while in
used?
there, yes, threatening to fight with officers.
All right, I'm gonna leave the bond at 100. If he can't pay it, we'll see him in a couple days. Thank you. Kelly Santabel.
I'm asking.
He's approaching.
Okay, sir, you have a loitering or prowling, court finds probable cause, $25 bond. Court's gonna order no return to the Walmart at 5555 West Atlantic Boulevard in Margate. That includes the parking lot, the sidewalks, includes the bus stops, you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he wanna resolve it, or
He does, Judge.
state?
Your Honor, the offer would be 30 days in county jail. If he doesn't want to resolve it, I'm asking for a bond increase to $1,000. Mr. Sentinel is out right now on bond, $3,000 worth of bond on 3 counts of attempted burglary of a conveyance.
Really?
Taking that into consideration where the allegations here is that he was.
One separate, one case or?
One case, three counts. He has a prior burglary of a conveyance in 2014. Considering the allegations here, pulling on door handles, I do have a concern.
All right, well, what's his pending case number?
1711047 CF10A.
And how did he bond out? How much?
1,000 on each count.
Okay. All right, so what say you, Mr. Romero?
Judge, he's advised me no one can pay his bond. This is a second-degree misdemeanor, Judge. If the court's not inclined to make a time-served offer, then we would ask the court to consider just leaving the standard bond in place of $25.
And I would note it's a second-degree misdemeanor, Your Honor, because they weren't able to contact the owner of the vehicle. And I misspoke. He wasn't just pulling on door handles. He was seen by the officer going into the person's car.
All right, $1,000 bond, no return to Walmart. Thank you. Kevin Long.
Mr. Long is here. He has private counsel, Mr. Bill Jellin, Judge.
Mr. Jellin will not be here this afternoon, Your Honor. Mr. Long's count 1 through 8 are no bond holds. Mr. Jellin is asking the court to set a reasonable bond for Mr. Long.
He can come in.
She told me $1,000 bond, but I want to get 30 days out of jail.
Your mic's on.
All right, we can hear your client, the last one at least. All right, Mr. Long, your attorney, Mr. Jellin, has advised the public defender you have, want to tell him again?
Counts 1 through 8 are no bond holds. So what Mr. Jellin is asking the court to do is just set a reasonable bond for Mr. Long on count 8, or count 9.
All right, sir, so you have fleeing, eluding a law enforcement officer at a high speed. Court finds probable cause. What say you, state, considering he has 8 no bond holds?
Your Honor, I'm requesting a $5,000 bond considering he was, in this allegation, he was fleeing from law enforcement with those capiases that were served on him. And also considering the allegation that he was fleeing from law enforcement, driving at speeds of up to 115 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, his capiases are for 8 separate felony charges.
Okay, anything further? 2,500, thank you. Ronald Hampton.
Mr. Hampton, come on up, please.
Main Jail, Mr. Hampton, you have possession with intent to sell, manufacture, or deliver cocaine, 2,500, counts 2, 3, and 4 are violation of probation, no bond holds. 5, 6, and 7 are probation violations or community control. You are going before Judge Usan tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Court finds probable cause. What say you? Anybody have any comments?
No, Judge.
No, Judge.
2,500 it is. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Jason Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez is here at Maine.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, good morning, sir. You have aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. Court does find probable cause. Was a capias, not in custody capias. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials MM. Strange set of circumstances, but they said it was caught on video, so. Court finds probable cause, obviously. There's a capias, What say you, State?
Your Honor, I'm requesting a $5,000 bond. He has no history, but I am noting, as you mentioned, that this incident was captured on video. And also, I'm concerned that Mr. Hernandez, according to the report, not only threatened the victim at knife point, but as the victim backed away to return to his vehicle, Mr. Hernandez followed him to the vehicle, still carrying the knife that he had threatened him with.
What say you, defense?
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Hernandez, he informed me that he's had several conversations with law enforcement, cooperating with them. As Mr. Lender did point out, this is his first arrest ever. He's a registered voter here in Broward County, strong ties to community, graduate of Hallandale High School class of 2016. He's going to be attending this fall semester, starting in January, at Broward College, where he's going to be studying business management. He works at a warehouse called ProFast, in which he makes about $11 an hour. He lives with his mother in Hallandale. He's 20 years old, been here his whole entire life, Judge. He advised me that he's been talking with law enforcement officer, giving him his side of what happened, and he's looking forward to having his day in court to show that basically he was in fear and he believes he acted reasonable in order to protect himself. Judge, I'm going to be asking for, considering his lack of priors, his strong ties to the community, I'm going to be asking for a $2,000 bond on Mr. Hernandez's behalf.
And you said he has no priors? $2,500, no victim contact, direct or indirect with MM, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapons. If you have any, sir, I want you to surrender them within 24 hours of your release to your local police department, including any gun permits. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Arnall Cruz,
He bonded, Judge.
thank you. Court finds probable cause.
Mr. Rivera, Solis?
Richard Viveras Solis. Good afternoon, sir. You have grand theft between $300 and $5,000. Court finds probable cause. Court's going to order no return to the Home Depot. Located at, hello, Michelle. Located at 1000 Northeast 4th Avenue.
You can't return that. Okay.
If you go back there, you will be arrested. State, what's his priors?
One moment, Judge.
Come sit down.
That's the most recent. Right. So that's just criminal trespass. Okay. Battery 2012, theft 2012, criminal trespass out of Texas 2011.
What say you?
Judge, speaking Mr. Rivera's, right now works in construction. He lives in Fort Lauderdale where he rents a room. He's been there for about 4 years at that location, and his monthly rent is about $800 a month. From what he advised me, his roommates aren't going to be able to afford to post his monetary bond. Judge, he's going to be asking on this grand theft that the court would consider releasing him on standard pretrial release.
Where does he live?
Fort Lauderdale, Judge.
No, I mean with who?
Let the judge know your address, sir.
It's 932 Southwest 16th Street, Fort Lauderdale.
Southwest?
932 Southwest 16th Street.
Okay, any apartment number?
932, that's a house.
Okay. $2,500 bond, no return. Thank you. Wayne Black,
Judge, did you raise the bond?
20. Sorry, $1,000. Wayne Black.
Mr. Black refused, Your Honor.
What? Sir, thank you. Okay, defendant refused and voluntarily absent themselves from first appearance magistrate court. Court finds probable cause. What say you, state?
Your Honor, I'm gonna be requesting a $10,000 bond on count one. My concern in this case, not only was he fleeing from law enforcement in a stolen vehicle, but he ended up crashing into a building while fleeing from law enforcement, and then unlawfully entering this shed to flee from law enforcement. Just pulling his history right now, Judge.
Court's gonna order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials WJ. Or it's JW. They did it backwards, so it's JW.
And, Your Honor, I'm showing 2017 in date, he had a resisting officer without violence and fleeing and eluding law enforcement. He was found mentally unable to stand trial. He had a
Well, maybe that's why he didn't join us today.
burglary of an occupied conveyance, 2016 in Dade. And
Says while in custody, began to kick and bang his head against the bars.
nothing further, Judge.
All right, what say you?
Do appear to be some issues involved here, Judge.
Definitely.
So it might explain why he has refused to come to court.
Yep, that's what I think.
I'm going to flag his case.
Please
But
do.
I think a 10,000, was that you asking for 10,000?
Yes.
I'd argue that's excessive.
So what are you asking for?
I'd ask for 2,500.
All right, I'll do 2,500 on 1,000 on 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6, I'll do $1 each count. No victim contact, JW, and I'm gonna do a GPS level 2. Okay, thank you. And then last one on our docket is Jemiah Alves.
Mr. Alves is here present, Judge. He has private counsel, Mr. Lee Freeman.
Did anybody speak to Mr. Freeman?
Your Honor, I'll check again, but I could have sworn he was represented by the public defender in this case.
This is a change of charge from a possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted Florida felon to possession with a firearm by a delinquent.
In Odyssey, it shows that the public defender is represented by the public defender. I haven't seen a notice of appearance, but he was
You
found.
see a notice of appearance?
I don't see a notice of appearance, but I do see he was declared indigent when he filed an affidavit.
All right, I'm gonna proceed with the public defender.
If that's what Odyssey reflects, yes, Judge.
Okay, so what say you, state, as to count 2?
Your Honor said bond originally at $10,000. He's being held no bond on other charges that he was out while committing this new alleged offense. One of which is the same charge that he stands before the court on. So I'd ask that the court set the bond back at $10,000.
Defense?
Judge, that is correct. He's being held no bond, I believe. I believe it was this court that sua sponte revoked them and hold him no bond because of this new allegation, Judge. So he's going to have to go in front of his division judge. So at this time, nothing to add.
Well, he's going tomorrow before Judge Andy Siegel at 8:30 a.m. So the court finds probable cause, $10,000 bond. Thank you. Who do you have left there?
Judge, if the gentleman's on the second look docket, his name is Mr. Kevin Ferry. Come on up, sir. My understanding is, he was supposed to try and find a program release him on Elmo. He advised us, and I believe Mr. Reedy may have contacted the program. It was called Pompano Beginners, and he said he already spoke to Mr. Randy Jackson, which Mr. Jackson interviewed him, and I guess said he's an acceptable. Robert Jenkins, sorry about that.
Pompano Beginners, huh, Mr. Reedy?
Yep. I believe.
Anything to that little
Well, that's how we
slang?
answer the phone.
I knew what you were doing.
I forget, but it's-
All right, so he has a petty theft. He has an Elmo. So granted, ROR 2, is it GPS open schedule or level 2?
It was level 2.
Level 2, custody to custody.
Now, you already did an order.
I know, you have to do one. Here you go. Why don't you do it on this one?
Okay. Thank you.
You'll what? Pompano Beginners.
What's the what?
Who spoke to Pompano Beginners?
Yes, he did.
Bring him back. Just gonna have to, might as well have a seat. I gotta take care of this one, extradition issue, okay? I'll call Mr. Farnsworth and tell him we resolved it, she waived. Viola, and it's right here, 525. All right, who's left? What's his name?
Mr. Ferry.
That's right. Where are we at? I forgot.
He was accepted into Pompano Beginners.
that's
You
right.
wanted me to call James Club. I'm waiting for a call back.
Okay,
Unless you just want to send them over there and hope they can take them. Last time we called them, they were full.
what about First Step Sober? Want to call them up?
Sure, they'll probably take them. I'll give them a call.
Jasmine Delgado.
Custody.
Who's that
She was
for?
released, Judge.
He's going to First Step Sober.
Thank you, Judge.
Ivy from confinement wanted confirmation that they can go to, he can go to a program Pompano Beginners didn't pick up. I don't think I've ever spoken to anybody from there. Have you, Mr. Reedy? Have you ever spoken to anybody from Pompano Beginners?
It sounds like a pretty wild operation they got going on there. But, first time.
We'll have to make Mr. Romero come over one day and,
We're gonna pick them up Monday morning.
okay, Jeffrey Murdoch bonded too. Jeffrey Murdoch, bonded, released. Larry McLean.
No problem, John.
Last but not least, Mr. McCoy.
That's okay.
Your Honor.
All right, so he has 1,000 plus an Elmo.
Yes, and Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting that the court keep the bond in place. This is a burglary of a conveyance. First off, I would note Mr. McLean in 2012 was convicted of 2 counts of burglary of a conveyance in Duval County, sentenced to 5 years in Florida State Prison, released in 2017. He's been sentenced to prison 18 times in the past on previous charges.
Really?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, I've spoke to the alleged victim, and he had concerns. Frankly, I would note his concerns in this matter were more for his wife's well-being than his. He advised me when he confronted Mr. McLean after seeing him in his vehicle that Mr. McLean threw a punch at him. His wife was nearby. His concern was if he had gotten knocked out, he wouldn't have been there to protect his wife. It mentions in the report, Your Honor, that Mr. Beckler, who's the alleged victim, might have broken his hand during the altercation with Mr. McLean. I confirmed it. He broke his hand in 4 places during this altercation with Mr. McLean.
Mr. McLean is not going to be able to post a monetary bond, Judge. My conversation with him earlier today, he indicated that he has no money to post a bond.
Thank you.
He does have a place to go. He can stay with his daughter. The address he provided to me is the same one that's on his booking sheet. And I would ask the court to consider pretrial release with a GPS monitor.
Your Honor, I would just note, in addition to the, 2 burglaries that he went to prison on out of Duval County, he has 8 additional prior burglaries involving structures, conveyances, and dwellings. So 10 total.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Don't talk about the facts of your case,
Yes, ma'am.
but if you want to say something else, you can.
Yes, what I'm saying, ma'am, I haven't been in trouble in 10 years now. 10 years.
He was in prison for 5 of those years, and he's only been out a year. And arrested for committing the same offense that he went to prison on.
I've been out over a year, ma'am.
Well, you
I've been
just
out
said
of
5
7.
years.
I've been way over a year, such 7 years, ma'am.
Well, the part of that time, honestly, sir, you were in prison, so, I mean, you really can't count the time that you were in prison, because you couldn't commit any more burglary of a conveyances, so. What say you, Mr. Reedy? Anything else? What's going on here?
Well,
Does
he's
he have
not
a
gonna be
drug
able to bond
issue?
out, Judge. He doesn't have any money. He does
I
have a
know.
place to stay.
But that's not a reason just to let someone out just because they don't have money. I mean, there's other factors. So is there a drug addiction here? Is there an
Not as
issue?
far as
or-
I can tell.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is a drug addiction.
Your Honor,
Okay.
Your Honor, my concern is, it's not just the breaking the car, and I wasn't aware of this until I spoke to the victim, is that when he was confronted, he threw a punch at this person. He physically resisted, and now, not only does this individual have his car broken into, but he's got a broken hand to show for it.
Excuse me, ma'am. When I sat in the truck because I was drunk.
Don't say anything about the facts of the
And
case.
then after a
Sir,
while,
you want to put yourself at the crime scene? Keep talking, but go ahead. Let me just read this.
Okay,
Oh,
and I don't know if it's in there,
affidavit.
so I just wanted to let the court know what Mr. Beckler told me. And it wasn't about just getting into the wrong car because someone had too much to drink. He took a cooler from his backseat. He was loading CDs and other things. Mr.
Victim or the
McLean,
defendant?
the defendant, took a cooler from the backseat, was taking items from his vehicle, loading them into the cooler. So this was about
Oh,
stealing.
I remember this.
Yes.
This is when he was in the front seat and he came up to the car.
Yes, Mr. Beckler had just, I guess, had arrived home or noticed.
Held him down.
Yeah.
excuse me, Your Honor. I got stitches all in the back of my head where I've been busted all up. And I know I ain't running to nothing. I didn't make no swing at him. I got stitches in my head.
Sir, do not discuss the facts of your case.
What do you have in South Florida? What kind of family ties you have?
He has his daughter, Judge, where he can stay.
I had my daughter, my mother, and my brother.
So why won't they pay $100 bond?
They don't even know I'm here.
Well, what's their number?
He doesn't know the numbers, Judge. And
Where
he
do
doesn't
they
have his
live?
phone with him.
Don't have my phone.
What's their
everything.
address?
2661 Northwest 24th Street, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
That is the address on the booking sheet, Judge. I mean, if he can stay there, if pretrial release
Well,
can
here's the
verify
thing.
it.
I don't know if pretrial will go out there I'm gonna leave the bond in place, but I'd like for pretrial, I don't wanna remove the $1,000 bond, Miss Patrice, so you guys will go out there. If they'll pay the bond, can I? Okay, then fine, I'm doing it. Cause I don't wanna remove the bond. What do you want me to put in here? For pretrial. I'm asking you, Miss Patrice, you want me to put it in here?
I don't want you to, it has to remain just as it is for right now. Because if you don't verify it, or if you move the bond, the court is saying you don't want to move the bond unless you verify.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna deny the second look. Do $1,000 plus Elmo. And I'm gonna put pretrial services to verify address. Let's set them for a second look. Can we do it tomorrow by 1, or should we do Monday?
I would say Monday.
Okay, because this is a Fort Lauderdale address. I don't care, but,
Right, but I just know that we're short staffed and we have.
all right, that's fine. So reset, second look. Can you send an email now? For, what is Monday's date? 12/10/18. And if you could get his mother, who lives at that address, sir?
My mother and father, ma'am.
Are they there during the day?
Yes, ma'am.
And what about your daughter? Does your mother know the number?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so maybe whoever goes, they can get telephone numbers we can call too. So we'll reset this for 12/10/18. Michelle will send it right now to Leslie Monteith. So you don't have to do that, Madam Clerk, okay?
AM or PM, sorry.
PM. All right, sir, we'll see you Monday.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, Jeffrey Murdoch, bonded. What's your name, ma'am?
Chandra Murgatroyd.
Okay, you have a $1 bond, so you had a no bond hold?
Yes.
Judge, she's actually on probation on
pled the-
counts 2 and 3, I
She
believe.
pled the case out yesterday, Your Honor.
Right, so the only thing holding her is this petty theft with a $1 bond.
Well, I knew with the $1 what it was, but
Right.
does she want to resolve the petty theft, or does she want to come back to court and fight it, or
You
does
want
she
to resolve
want me
it?
to ROR her?
Well, what would it take to resolve it?
Offered
I
be-
don't know, let's see what the state's offer
The
is.
offer would be time served.
Adjudication, so that's a conviction and time served.
Okay,
How do you want to
Okay.
plead?
no contest.
This isn't gonna violate anything, right?
No, she was placed
No,
on
Judge,
probation.
she was just placed on probation yesterday.
Okay, no problem, I'm just asking.
I know.
Okay, adjudication, time served, $293 in court costs. 6 months to pay, partial payments accepted. And you
Can
need
I
to-
ask you, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm indigent right now. Is there any way that we can waive any of that, please?
The
Because I have
only, the only thing I can do is I can take $50 off, I mean, not $50, I can make it $50 in cost of prosecution. $243 you could work off in community service hours.
Okay,
But it would have to be a real charity.
okay, okay, I understand.
Wherever, animal control, the
think
American
Okay.
Red Cross, but I mean, it has
I
to be a
gotcha.
real charity. Can't be
Gotcha.
your friend that owns a childcare or something, is what I'm saying.
She might want to speak with the clerk's office to get it pre-approved before.
Why? Oh, I see. If it's a real charity, so if you were in the courtroom here with me, they'd give you like a little piece of paper with lines, and it would have the date, the name of the person, the name of the charity, who your supervisor
Okay.
was, the date and time that you worked, and their signature.
Okay,
All
okay,
right, so I'll tell you
Gotcha.
what, I'll give you 9 months. So I'll do
Thank you.
$293 in court costs,
okay,
She can pay off, so it's 24.3, so really 25 hours.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
25 hours in community service. Or you can put 24.3 to be exact. And then, I'll give you 9 months to do that. If you don't pay, then what happens is they suspend your license, $25 late fee. And if you're caught driving while your license is suspended, I don't know if you have a valid license or not, but
Okay.
then you get arrested for that, and then you'll violate your probation.
Okay,
And
Okay.
it also will affect your credit,
okay,
all right? You can even ask when you go to probation, you can even ask, even though it's felony probation, you can ask them for community service places,
okay,
all right? But
Right.
once you get that sheet, bring it to the clerk's office, to the misdemeanor clerk, and you show it
Okay.
to them and you tell them to take it off, but you are gonna have to pay the $50 as
where would
well.
I get that, where would I get that sheet?
Probation will probably have it,
Okay.
or if
okay,
not, have someone write a letter every time you do it, and,
Okay,
but you gotta
Okay,
be
got it.
you gotta be detailed, have the hours, the date, the name of the charity, the supervisor,
Gotcha.
and their signature, and a phone number and
Okay.
address. All right?
okay,
Good luck, you have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. Can't
Thank
afford an
you.
attorney, one will be appointed. You're welcome.
okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
North Broward, is that it?
That's it.
Thank you.